Archbishop Jordan VII would have you believe that it's always sunny in Ishgard, but it seems to snow an awful lot, so I don't know what he's talking about. Or like why he feels the need to bring up the weather? Weird guy. Wonder what his deal is. Hello. And welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Once I get everything set up, that is. But Robin, you should probably set things up prior to the stream, you might say. And I would say, yeah, probably. But I didn't. By the way, that song is classical music or something from the 60s, so if I get destroyed because of it, oops. Theoretically, I would imagine I wouldn't. Then I started blasting. Exactly. Fun fact, I know nothing about that show other than the title card and then I started blasting and etc. Only the memes here. Only the memes in my brain. No signal from the Elgato capture card. You might have noticed. So, actually, there is some way... Whoop, not that way. I can just hide the log window in the game, I've realized. Or I wonder if that is safe enough. Is that legal? Can I just, where is the... There it is. I could just do that, right? Unless it's gonna suddenly pop up. Right? It's, I don't know, it could be fine. Who can say? Truly. Also, I've forgotten to exist, so please hold on while I exist. Whoa, window resized. Yep. Alright then. And the sound effects are broken again. That's fine. We don't need those. Probably. I think. Whatever. Anyway, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. This is Sucro, and she's in her apartment. This has nothing to do with the story of the day. Sucro just happens to be in her apartment. It seems to be where I start more often than not. But let's actually just go to where we're going. I was leveling up Bard a little bit before the stream. I got it to 59. Still considering playing through the game at the level that is intended by playing through with Bard. Except in this case, if I got to Bard 60 and unlocked the final Bard job questline, I would want to do that, but the stream would have been devoid of the context of the previous ones. So like, Bard 50 to 60 I would want to do all at once. I think I showed a bit of that originally. Like a bit of... like the start of the Heavensward Bard quest, I think was covered at one point. But I truly do not remember too well. So if I were to play as Bard, cover job quests as they pop up in the future, I would want to do all of those at once as like, by the way, this is what happens for Bard here. Anyway, suppose we ought to go forward. Let us see how long this peace lasts. How long this peace lasts. Vote now for how long the peace will last. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Franchement. Once again, breaking right before an achievement and stuff like that. At least one day, so far, yes. He who would not be denied. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Helone that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Sucro? Oh, the window did pop up again, so never the frick mind, it just automatically does that. I mean, I have it set to event, so it should technically be safe, but I'll just keep the cover up anyways. This is a very small amount of screen real estate. Beg pardon, you traveled to the Churning Mists together, along with Istinian? Never was there a more likely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified? Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Fortham Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well. Sucro and I shall await you there. Everything's gonna be great. Ishgard's fine. And not going to have any problems. 0 problems for Ishgard. Guaranteed. Now, obviously, everything about how I've set up this particular stream gives away that I do know a little bit about this part of the game. Not that it was within doubt. It was pretty obvious that I'd played the game before, so, you know, just saying. Ta-da! She's a cat.
Praise Helone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side.
Not immediately, so it was in doubt for a little bit. If we're being technical, Harshafant. Because we weren't there at first.
We bring the most wonderful tidings.
Ishgard's going to be fine forever. And I'm a cat.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
Let's go out into the streets and yell about it until we get the attention of the people who are going to respectfully listen to our opinions and statements.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
Mm-hmm.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question.
I don't know, I saw that part, and it follows pretty well, I would say. Like, at least sorta. I mean, Kingman was like, I don't want to do that anymore. You 4+ individuals do it. And then 4 of them were like, well, okay, I guess. I guess that's fine. And then they did. I think that's still, like, more or less how this would work anyway.
If both highborn and lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his knights, 12.
Okay, that part though, yeah.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
That would be a bad idea. Also, like, for the record, caste system bad. Houses ruling not great. I would prefer it to be different. I just did not immediately see how this one piece of information would cause it to fold in on itself instantly.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
They would probably kill everybody.
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the highborn needed men to lead and the lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question.
That's true too. That's true too. Also, hey, you need an enemy to unite against? I know an empire that's doing some shit. Just saying.
Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more.
Also, for the record, like, yeah, that is a good point. You can get away with a lot of shit when you unite, when you make people unite against a common enemy that you may or may not be making up. Ishgard bad. Just saying. I am in no way attempting to defend any part of Ishgard's political structure. That's probably obvious, but you know. Okay, bye, Emmerich.
A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
Emmerich just takes out a megaphone in the streets and just starts saying, like, Pope's lying.
My lady, is it
Archbishop.
wise to let him go?
Lying. Archbishop is sus. Etc. I cannot imagine Emmerich saying the word sus. At least not in the context that I'm discussing. He would probably say sus out.
I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve.
Well, in that case, maybe. But, like, I don't think in character. The Archbishop is sus. We must hold a meeting immediately.
We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it. Even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean.
Punch the bishop.
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Hey, what's the vault? I've never heard of that before.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son.
Oh. Oops. I forgot about that plot point.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
Hey, you know what the name of the, Always Sunny in Philadelphia theme song is? Which I, played before the stream? It happens to be called, quote, Temptation Sensation. So, this is accidentally, like, funnier now. Oops. Well, okay.
I labour to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
It seems
Bastard or
reasonable.
trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
The framing of this shot makes Alphino look so tiny. Especially because the chat cover is covering up like most of him. He's so small. Okay.
Orchefant, be reasonable.
Orchefant. I keep saying the H. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe that's inconsistent.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Me too. Nod.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Actually, I guess Alphino didn't say, like, I'll do it. I'll help. Alphino just kind of be small. Maybe I just immediately forgot that Alphino said something. Have no fear, Father. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. I promise you, we shall prevail. I'm reacting to this line in a normal fashion. Far be it from me to criticize a man for his blind idealism, but he might at least have pretended to consider another course. Of all the people, he should know better. If we must risk the fortunes of our house to bring this truth to light, then so be it. But are you truly prepared to do this? To face the Heavensward in battle if you must? Yup. That guy's here too. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. That seems reasonable. The Lord Commander has need of us, and we of him. We must act now. suddenly. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortom and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Sucro reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Nod. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Justinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They would gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Sucro, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Nod. And what might this be an ether current for? Camp Cloudtop. Alright, fair enough. I'll do that later. Or on the way, or whatever. Yeah. Especially when the politics are about the violence against dragons and how it's actually bad. But they have the authority to just, like, not get involved, I guess. Or something. That guy hovering. It would seem the Forgotten Knight was spared the worst of the earlier chaos. Hey, is my stuff broken? That's not what I meant. Not anymore, it's not. Hooray. Sucro, Alphino, gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tataru, how did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibberlon and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? A lot of stuff happened, and we know that... yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. Indeed. You're not serious. What was Sir Emmerich thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I ever heard one. If ever I have heard one. But mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Inquiries. I think both of those are reasonable, allowed. I don't know for sure, but... let's go talk to the people and see what they have to say. Hello. Welcome. I don't know a god's damn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. snowballs are being thrown. Arbitrarily. Wait, are they throwing snowballs at me specifically? They are. Kind of. I am immune to such things. I wonder if that's specific to this specific part of the quest, or... it is, okay, at this part of the game anyway. Yeah, what's that? Speak up, I can't hear as well as I used to. Or you're refusing to speak to me in a creative way, in this case. It'd be funny if the snowballs could hit you. Okay, fine. Aha. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Well, it seems very understandable that, all of the people here would not want to openly talk about this. At first, the people here are a bit standoffish, but with a little effort and a lot of parley, I've managed to make plenty of friends. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gibberlon knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. What reason would that guy have to be more forthcoming? Have we proven ourselves trustworthy to him? Only sort of. Some of these individuals don't have the best aim with the snowballs, I have to say. I took a circuitous route to return here. Unnecessarily. Yep. Also, these two are still here. That's fine. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Sucro. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. The least I can do is point you in the right direction, but to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? That seems reasonable. Do you think fresh herbs is just exactly what that is, or does that mean something else? I actually don't remember. But that seems like the kind of thing that you would say to mean something else. Optionally. That seems like the sort of thing this game has done before. At least. Not to judge any particular people. Just saying, there are code words for stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sir Gibberlon's errand girl. Good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right. Annie wrote, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. I got fresh herbs. This nameless flora has a pleasant enough scent to suggest it is most likely not poisonous. Okay, it's just plant. Though again, plants can be more than just a plant. Drugs. It's probably fine. I'm not assuming that there's drug dealings going on. I'm just filling the void of silence with words that are meaningless. As one does. Well, are you going to hand them over or not? Yes. Ta-da! Plant. Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Okay, that is kind of drugs. The Blethwza has completed adventure. That is kind of drugs, actually. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hiertha is the name. Hiertha is the name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Hello, and welcome to the Cat Stream. You may or may not know that Sucro is a cat. Well, it's true. And speaking of cats, the Retainer Squad has just completed a bunch of ventures. Okay, Deep Shadow Necklace of Fending. Forgiven's Breaches of Fending. Platinum Circlet of Casting. It's still very funny to me that they give me stuff from like Endwalker and Shadowbringers and whatnot. Exarchic Coat of Fending. Well, seems like the Retainer Squad is trying to get me to tank again, but unfortunately for them, no. Moving on. Time to deliver some wine, I guess. I will not tank again for a while, I imagine. Unless maybe 7.0 adds a really cool new tank. I had a theory once. Heavensward added Dark Knight, then which had like elements of Cloud FF7 in it, and then 2 expansions later they added Gunbreaker, which is very Squall FF8. So technically, if we're following a pattern that definitely exists from 2 instances only, then we would have some sort of FF9 tank in the next one. And I would propose a user of a Twin Blade, as Zidane does sometimes. That could be interesting. Anyway. Yes, I'm here, Artha. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? You don't, but here's some wine. This wine is cooled after its first mulling and allowed to sit for a fortnight before mulling a second time with a fresh muslin bag of spices. For delivery to one here, Artha. Yeah, except it would have to be like protect everyone. And in this case. Hey, how did he make this wine so fast? I guess you put the spices in it later or something. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare, her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Bravely second class and it can equip more weapons in their armor slots? I did not know about that one. That sounds really funny. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that Baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, God's the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Hure made it so much, well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Huh. I have never played... The only Bravely Default that I played was the demo of the first one, and I feel like the demo did an aggressively poor job at selling that game. Because it basically threw you into a, like, here's a town, you can grind for materials. Yay! I think that was about it, from what I remember. It was a pretty bad demo. Also, from what I know of Bravely Default, there are parts of the story or characters or something that I would really dislike. So I'm not really likely to try it at any point. However, I did really like the precursor to Bravely Default, Final Fantasy IV Heroes of Light. Shoutouts to that game. You get turned into a cat in that one. My opinion of FF5 is that it's pretty good. Yep. I've done multiple, I've attempted to do multiple 4-job Fiesta things, but I didn't really get anywhere in that regard recently. But I like FF5. And I know that Bravely Default, etc. is similar. In 4 Heroes of Light, if I may tangent for a moment, the getting turned into a cat is kind of a funny part, but also, like, that game, I would say, is notable for giving you a party of people who suck. They're mostly... Well, okay. If I remember correctly, 2 of them are, like, objectively terrible people, and the other 2 have some flaws, which cause them a significant amount of problems. And that game, it gets to the point where your party falls apart. Like, everyone splits up and everything bad happens to everybody. You aren't really a party until the final act, so... Surprising amount of character development in that game. Because everyone gets better at, like, not being... Like, if I remember correctly, the main character is, like, extremely naive. Then there's, like, a haughty rich girl who's, like, a huge bitch. There's a guy who's really... like, rude and full of himself in a different kind of way. And there's a girl who is like a knight in service of the royal lady in the party, who is just, like, has zero self-esteem whatsoever, and that gets her into trouble as well. Like, she ends up destitute on the streets at one point. Is destitute the right word? I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah, that is correct. So yeah, a lot of stuff happens in that game. It's fascinating. It's definitely an unexpected direction. Yeah, it realistically portrays what happens if you throw 4 random kids off the street together and declare them heroes. Pretty much. It's a really interesting game. Also, I think it has one of the most interesting healer classes. Just incidentally, the Salve Maker, which might exist in the Bravely Default series later. The basic idea of the Salve Maker mechanically is that they can give themselves buffs so that they don't use up consumable items and they can spread single target consumables to the party. So basically it makes a healer character out of your items and being able to use them in interesting and way better ways than everybody else. Also, I thought the battle system was pretty alright too. Yeah, I would say it was pretty busted in 4 Heroes of Light as well. Interesting. 4 Heroes of Light is something I've always vaguely considered like covering at some point because I really did like it at the time. There's just a lot of fascinating elements to that game. There are some things that are probably unfortunate. There's at least one job class that you could probably say utilizes cultural appropriation in its design, is how I would put that in a, that's how I would put that. Then again, this game, you could also claim that this does that with some of the fashion available. Also, the problem with 4 Heroes of Light, mechanically speaking, like solely mechanically, is that by the end, by the post-game part, there is one effective strategy for every single fight in the game, and if you don't follow it, you die. Which kind of sucks, but, you know, like, for most of the game, it's fairly solid and interesting. It's got, like, an experimental system, which probably led into some of what Bravely Default did, maybe. Yeah, I don't know Bravely Default, and Bravely Second, and Bravely Default 2, and whatever else there is. By the way, can I mention just, like, that I really don't like the name Bravely Default, because that doesn't make any sense. I feel like Default, if I remember correctly mechanically, the default command could have probably been like Defend or something, and then the title could have been Bravely Defend, but maybe not, I don't know. I am in no position to really speak of that series with any sort of knowledge. And I'm definitely not like the only person ever to have been like, ha, Bravely Default, that's a weird title. But they really stuck to it. Anyway. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant, then casts her aside when the seed takes root. Well, that's a way to put it. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who do live it. Who live it, though. Giberlon's face is a mask, but beneath it you sense something old and bitter. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldu, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Chrono Trigger DS. I think I've said it before, but I'm willing to go on record as saying that Chrono Trigger DS has the single worst additional bonus content ever added in an RPG's remake. Or at very least in a Square Enix RPG remake. It's very clearly not well done, not well put together. It's not got any great ideas. It has a very questionable decision to attempt to connect it to Chrono Cross through Dalton. If you don't know Dalton is a joke character in Chrono Trigger, like literally a joke boss fight. Like, not to say he's completely harmless, but he's positioned as a comic relief villain. And then they're like, by the way, Dalton kills everybody in the future. LOL. Dalton beats Chrono in the canon timeline. Somehow. What? Oh, I did not know that part. Still. That's not good either. Yay, I sold some glue. Somehow. But like, even if that is not part of the DS version of Chrono Trigger, the bonus dungeons in Chrono Trigger DS and the bonus boss fights in Chrono Trigger DS are quite bad. I doubt it would be the fault of any particular part of the team that worked on the game. I don't know who I would blame. But from what I remember, one of the bonus dungeons is like a huge slog that I didn't even really bother with. And then the other set of bonus dungeons is sort of... They have the vibe of an amateurish ROM hack of Chrono Trigger that doesn't really know how to use the map design, the tile sets, or like the scripting, or the enemy encounters. And again, I don't want to like point and say like, wow, the devs are bad, because there's probably some other factors at play. But it was probably just a symptom of like, they felt like they really had to add bonus content to re-releases and remakes. And it sort of gradually... I would be willing to bet they rushed it a lot. Just in general. Like, FF5 GBA bonus content was kind of wacky. FF4 GBA didn't run very well in general. FF6 GBA's bonus content was like... I can't really speak on it, actually, because I didn't actually, like, play any of these bonus dungeons. I just sort of know a little bit about them. But yeah, a lot of them... At some point, they just sort of stopped doing that with remakes. I will say that the FF1 and 2 GBA bonus content was pretty good, though. Lots of unhinged... That's what I remember from the FF5 stuff, because I did try that a little bit. Like, unhinged in terms of balance, bonkers, difficult in a bad way. Yeah. Huh. I didn't know about that part of the bonus stuff in DS, Sasuke. That sounds kind of like a repeat of a part of the main story, but like with a twist of there is a second party or something. So that's kind of interesting conceptually, but... Halone's blessings be upon you, miss. A gift for me? It's wine. The scent, how reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend, may her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances, so compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. It was that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying. Even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember the days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. Chronodia sounds vaguely familiar. Hey, does anyone happen to know how the Chrono Cross remaster is doing? Did they, like, patch it to make it work better? Because I think it had some issues. They were willing to patch the Steam version of Chrono Trigger a lot, from what I understand. So maybe the Chrono Cross one will be okay? It would be interesting to, once again revisit Chrono Cross at some point, since that was an ancient Let's Play of mine. I did not put that on the interest check poll for whatever reason, because I was just thinking Bomberman Hero at the time. Maybe I didn't feel like Chrono Cross at the moment. That's something to consider. I could stream the Chrono Cross remaster at some point, who knows. She was a remarkable woman, Sucro. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future. For her daughter's future. weighing his words with the greatest of care. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Sucro, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Interesting. I do sort of remember this character. I think she's good, as I recall. I need to, like, remember that I can exit down here. I remember this character being a good character, I think. I don't know how much they use this character for in the story writing. Maybe she becomes more relevant again later. I don't remember. Also, interesting that they bring up, like, your lineage, your parents, and the main character's parents are explicitly never mentioned or relevant. So at least for some people in the game, that doesn't seem to matter. Did that happen? I don't remember that at all, but that does sound funny. My personal favorite part of that Let's Play is when I decided to steal from Dark Surge. And I made a comment like, let's see if we can steal his bad fashion sense. And the game was like, stole one trashy tiara, which I had no idea was an item in the game. Wait, that's normally like very little damage and somehow it did very lots of damage? I really don't remember that. My opinion of Dark Surge's fashion sense was thoroughly influenced by a screenshot Let's Play of Chrono Cross that I had read recently at the time. So, I guess that one made fun of his fashion sense a lot, and that was on my mind. But I didn't know about the trashy tiara at all. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Bunny around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? You can get it wrong. I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't at the broom. Should you think I'd just tell you because you ask nicely? I'm looking for where the wild rose blooms. Have you heard of it? Close enough. Huh. I seriously don't recall that part, but I like 100% believe you that it happened, and that sounds very funny. Oh, I am here. Oh. Hello, Alphino. I've learned information. Have you made any progress, Sucro? There's a lady. She's got red eyes and black hair, and she's half elf, and a lot of bad shit happened in her past, and everyone's talking about it to me because I gave them alcohol. I forgot to read what he said because I was rambling. Granted, it's no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we only need remain vigilant. Sucro is now level 71. Surprise. Fire and blood. Those are both, nouns. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Maybe we should discuss this with... Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries of her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Sucro. I have a premonition that this is not going to end well. Do you remember what characters I used in the final battle of Chrono Cross? Because I don't. There's so many to choose from. Obviously, Surge was there. That's all I got. Truly. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. Well, that's probably fine. What do you think, Alphino? Where could she have gone? Ah, Sucro, try looking for her over there. Sucro, try examining the glowing spot on the ground that's marked with the word destination. Ah, a cutscene. Grobik, huh? Interesting. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either? Shake head. Well, there she is. Ah, I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Tataru panic sounds. Wait, down there, isn't that Tataru? Ah, those men are chasing her. Quickly, Sucro, after them. I mean, I definitely use Grobik a little bit. I forgot she had the strike socks also.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
Voicing.
I'm
Voice
sorry, I
acting.
didn't mean to offend.
Interesting.
What's going on here?
I really don't remember using Grobik. I think it's kind of funny how we're talking about everything but Final Fantasy XIV today already. Whoops.
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Great line read. Like, unironically funny line read.
Hold on, I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
Your bandana looks vaguely like it's got barbed wire wrapped around it, and I know that's not the case, but that's what it looks like.
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry
Listen
about
to
it.
the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Ta-da!
Hilda!
Hilda! No, just Hilda, not Hilda! Basically,
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
hello, Hilda.
And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
We're gonna go kick the Archbishop in the face with a gun. Or at least you could, because you have a gun. I mean, that's generally the plot, the plan. Would you like to do a rebellion? Ah yes, filthy fellow and beggarly fellow. I've got my eye on you. Whatever it is you got to say, say it. For once, it would seem the fates are smiling upon us. Had those ruffians forced our hand, I dare not think what would have ensued. they didn't much care for my story about the weathered cane. The what? Tataru? What are you talking about? Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Night, say. Is the Forgotten Night private? Seems like an establishment to me. Yeah, that makes sense. God, every time I think about what could have been with this game, and or 1.0 of this game, I remember the scene if you start in Limsa Lominsa, where they have you try firing a gun and you hold it sideways. And someone's like, oh, that stance! And then, like, that probably leads to some other plot point. But then someone else gets pissed at you and throws you out of the gun zone because you're holding your gun like a person who doesn't know what they're doing. Hilda. Seems like there's an encounter approaching. I think it best if you take the lead this time, Sucro. Do I have a picture of that? I think I've shown this on stream before, even. Like, I absolutely have, right? There it is. This is a protagonist in 1.0 holding a gun in such a way that causes someone to be like, huh, that's familiar. That's probably important. You don't even get to shoot the gun because you get thrown out for your poor gun-related conduct. I suppose. Anyway. What do you think, filthy fellow? I've got my eye on you. Yeah, alright. If you're nervous, I could try parlaying with them on our behalf. Perhaps they'd be interested in techniques for working Lowen logs. Or maybe the tale of the cursed Gladius? Gladius? Or I know, the legendary skillet. Everyone loves that one. Yeah, that's sort of how I remember it. I could be slightly off. Fire and blood. Yay! Hilda, why are we doing a fight? Coin. Shrug. Is this the everyone get out of here payment? Yes, it is. Shrug. Nod. Speaking. Hey, we're gonna go raid the vault, maybe. Would you like to help?
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
You sound skeptical, and I completely understand that.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike.
Indeed.
And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
That about sums it up, yeah.
Is he simple? The old bastard'll have him executed for heresy.
Yeah, that is part of the concern.
Wow! Seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
Yeah, that would be considered heresy in good old Ishgard here. Land of the shit. Home of the fuckers. You know how it is. I don't know why I said that like that, but that's fine. I swear a lot randomly, huh? Anyway, wanna go blow up the vault or whatever?
What in the hell's?
Yeah. I agree. Well, that seems bad.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
Ah, they've learned. Speaking of the fuckers, this guy might be one of those.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
Yep.
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I would say that perhaps you and your crew are the ones who are the infection, Sir Cherubert. Take that. Yeah, take
Sir
that.
would be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Okay, props to Hilda for trying to just shoot the motherfucker in the face.
Such simple creatures, rats.
It didn't work, but like major props to Hilda. I completely forgot she just did that. She just tries to shoot the guy, which is the correct response to this guy, I would say.
Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
There's no one in here. They all left already. We paid for that. She paid for that, anyway. Okay, Tataru is there, and the Fire Emblem bandits are there. If it's a fight you want, then come and get it. My, such fury. Patience, my queen. We've only just begun. We are Dancer today, by the way. As we were at the end of the previous stream. Defend Sir Cherubert! Kill the rebels! Damn, there's no end to them! Seems you're beyond reason. How marvelous.
You disgust me.
He has that line here too, huh? I say alluding to something. I suppose now is as good a time as any, says Alphino for some reason. Whatever do you mean, Alphino? Ah, Ruby Carbuncle is probably what Alphino means. Oh wait, is that bad fire that I'm not supposed to be standing on? Stop this, all of you! It's madness! Why are you fighting? Tora Chiffon, over here! Well, we're... how fitting. The noble bastard and the mongrel bitch. Wow. This mongrel bitch is gonna put a bullet between your eyes.
Bear witness!
Archifant just used flash.
Guide my sword.
That's not a real move. Yeah. I thought it was good fire that I was allowed to stand in because everyone else was standing in it. If everyone else were to jump into a canyon for some reason, would Sucro also? Oh, he says that here too, huh? You might fight Cherubert again later, and he might have the same lines of dialogue. Just saying. Oh, I guess I should probably kill the healer. Stop healing! Oh, okay. You can just also disappear because Archifant destroyed you. Or destroyed Cherubert. Cheering! I would say that this proves that... something.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Fighting Cherubert alongside Hilda probably proves our intentions, at least to some degree, to her. Lucia is also here.
Enough!
What? You can't backflip that many times, that far. That's illegal. Yeah, thank you, Hilda. What? Stop that.
Lucky bastard.
Why can he do a super backflip? I completely forgot that Cherubert could do that.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
That's probably true.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
As well?
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the
Bad.
Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Bad.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number.
It's always half, isn't
The
it?
other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
Alphino is convincing. Often. She shrugs.
Your passion moved me. A bit.
Initial title drop?
And the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters.
Which title drop? Oh, Heavensward. They mentioned it a little bit ago in this stream, and I think they've mentioned it before.
If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Nod. 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 Combo. I don't know why I have to mention every single time anybody nods. I just do. What's everyone got to say? I never liked him, not since his days as Inquisitor. He took far too much pleasure in his work. Time is of the essence, Sucro. We must move quickly before they discern our intent. I'd not reckoned with the Temple Knights' involvement, not as enemies at any rate. First Sir Grinno and Sir Policrane, and now this Cherubert character. I mean, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are all the Knights of the Heavensward this bad? Yes. Bugger me if you ain't everything they say. How in the hells did you do that thing with the other thing? Good question. Oops, I didn't talk to Filthy Fellow. Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? 'cause it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it, not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of 'em are well-bred. Hell, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Halinart. Of course, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. Ugh. That mod would be like challenge mode to get through. A knight's calling. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that, nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next guess would be the Heavensward. They'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavensward's scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they've been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city, and to do that we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. What makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Spread false reports of an attack to get him out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the High Houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it's decided. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Well. One chance only, Sucro. Make it count. Gods help me, I think we might just do this. Did you see the way she wielded that weapon of hers? Maybe I should get one for my own protection. Tataru get gun? With allies such as these, we cannot fail. You seriously mean to attack the vault then, do you? As in charge in there screaming and swinging steel? Bloody hells. So, what happens if we win? Good question. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with Lord Archifont and Master Alphino. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. 2 guns? That's like way too many guns. No one has ever had 2 guns at the same time in this game. I think? Probably? Actually, I think Merlviv did. Actually, probably. If anyone would have 2 guns, it'd be Merlviv. That seems like a Merlviv thing to do. Maybe she only had 1? I don't remember. That wasn't even that far ago in terms of the story. It would seem we must again come to blows with the Heavensward. We emerged from trial by combat relatively unscathed, but I pray we're a match for the whole of their order. Ugh. Red Wing leader has 2 guns? I don't even remember the Red Wings. Am I supposed to know who those are? I'd be lying if I said the idea of drawing my blade in the vault does not give me pause. But a knight lives to serve, and there's no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. If I must brandish sword and shield in those hallowed halls to do so, then so be it. Dunscaith Alliance raids guy? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We're not there yet, so... Not in recent memory, so that makes sense. The others are in position, Mr. Sucro. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault, now accessible. And on that note, I am going to be right back. Hello. Would anyone care to place bets on whether or not I will get a random free company invite in the next hour or so? Probably less than an hour. For the duration of the vault, Does anyone think one will suddenly appear? 2 shillings, eh? I don't know if Twitch.tv supports shillings as a currency. But there's only one way to find out! Or something. Actually, can't I do like a prediction? Isn't that a feature of Twitch.tv? I probably don't have the power to do that so easily. At least I do not know how. I would need to know that 10 pence. So like a dime, okay. Well, that seems like a fair bet. I have no idea. Enter the vault with a party of NPCs. Alphino, Archiphant, the chivalric knight, and Temple Banneret. Yay, Temple Banneret. Just some guy, I guess. There's a party selection button. But I don't think there's options, so... I think Hilda's otherwise occupied. Hey, it's the vault. I think Hilda's doing stuff. So... Welcome to the vault. Hello. You're just in time for the vault. Here we are. A bonus will be awarded for first-time completion of this duty.
I shall show you something special.
Oh, that's nice of you, Archibald. Thank you. So Archibald has voice lines for this, then. Not this way.
I shall show you something special.
That's fair. That's a fair connection to make. That is probably the series' most famous use of a pipe organ, which is not likely to be a category you'd see at any sort of awards show. But it is something I can say, I guess. There is some party dialogue that I am not noticing too well. Archifant said something about someone being here to delay us, no doubt, which makes sense. Alphanos said, we must stop the Archbishop before it's too late. Archifant said, for friends and countrymen. And then something about here to delay us, no doubt. There's no time, we must force our way through them, etc. Yeah, we've got a nameless Ishgardian banneret here. One of the less well-regarded Dungeons & Dragons 5e fighter subclasses, if I recall correctly. But they sure have a lot of them around here. It would have made sense, maybe, for Hilda to be there, but I think she's busy. So...
Have at thee!
It does make sense for the allied temple banneret, because they did establish that some of them were still loyal to Emmerich. Why, look, it's Sir Adelphil Brightblade. That's somebody. A knight of the Heavensward.
Focus. Release!
Sir Adelphil Brightblade. And then Adelphil said, I trust you know your lives are forfeit. Corgis are barking.
I have my pride.
Alphino has some pride today. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but he's got some. Oh, right, there's only one target right now. Ah, it is far from over. So, hey. What sorcery is this? Said Alphino. Do not be disheartened, my friends. We must give it our all. And Heavensward guy just said, like, the power fills me, blah, 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 or whatever, you know. As you do. Witness me. Hey, don't freaking do the limit break. You can't do that. That was braver, level 1 limit break. Also, hey, you were doing, like, tank stuff before. I don't remember how your funny blue spheres attack works. Sucro get Chaos Emerald? Probably not. Slash chuckle emote. You mean the Chaos Emerald? I guess the way that attack works is just that it causes explosions around the orbs. And that's all there is. Holy shield bash. A knight enemy from the mana games? I don't think I remember any knight enemies that are like this. Legend of Mana is on my list of maybe something to do. At some point. But how? It's because Sucro is a good dancer. Just as Sir Cherubert said. Withdraw to the inner sanctum! How did he transform into that monstrosity? I fear we have little time to ruminate. Come, my friends. I got some boots and some bracelets. Yay. Holy shield bash, Batman. That would be an interesting thing for that to be, for an interesting line for a Batman cartoon. Okay, that's fair. I guess that explains why he could do a 500-foot backflip, even though he was in regular mode at the time. I suppose I'll accept this explanation, but also I just did not remember the backflip. And it was very startling. Probably could have saved that for this encounter, but I don't know. Over here, everyone.
Away with you!
No, over here. Ishafant, please. Well, whatever.
Focus. Release. Focus. Release.
I was really expecting him to say that a third time in quick succession. Focus, release. Chantry lifts. Doink. Ah, right. The statues, they're alive! They would turn the vault itself against us? Yes, they would.
Have at thee! Bear witness!
Away with you. Focus. Release.
Ominous sunset, ominous light through the windows. Again, I think the lighting is one of the things that being able to use maximum graphics really does change. And like, wow, this is some lighting, huh? Quite ominous, I would say.
I shall show you something special.
I think when I did this part originally, I was a Dragoon, probably. If I had to guess. Maybe a Bard? Sir Grino, the Bull! Sir Grino, I should have known you would be here. You bested him once before. Together we shall do it again. That's right, we did fight Grino before.
I will not yield to you! I have the power!
I forgot about that line. I have the weird donut AoE, blah! Thank you, Sir Grino.
Down with you!
They also have very scary looking AoE indicators. And by scary looking, I mean it kind of looked like some sort of liquid bacon rectangle. So maybe not that one in particular. Dimensional Rip. That sounds great.
Away with you!
Ethereal
shall show you
pears.
something special.
Oh. I don't remember if any of these fights are changed. This doesn't seem too familiar. Like, some parts of this, I mean. Yeah, that was a very precise dodge. I remember the thing I referred to as the weird donut AoE. But I don't remember some of the other stuff Bruno is doing. Granted, it's also been a very long time. I had you. Well, time is on our side. We will meet again. His title as a Knight of the Heavensward is well earned. You fought well, my friend, but our mission is far from over. Priest hat. Unchanged from previous Grenault? I can believe that too. As I say often, my memory is not the best. Gotta get the treasure. Yay, I got the treasure.
I shall show you something special.
Right, Alpha now has to resummon the carbuncle every room, every loading screen. All of the spear.
Away with you!
You shall go no further. Don't you like summon... You summon the statues that are nearby? Or you give them life? Something like that. No, not yet! Summon familiar. And you probably cannot perish in advance, yeah. Gargoyles? I'd expect nothing less from the Vault's defenses. Mixing up the Alphino and Archiphant voices very slightly. Or at least whatever you could call voices that I do for them. Vague accents that are slightly different.
I have my pride.
Anything over here? Nope. Well. Look who it is. It's Sir Cherubert. He means to escape by airship. We have to hurry.
Be gone with you!
Come forth, my pretties, he says, summoning many horses.
Sickness must be purged!
That could be why.
Be gone with you!
Chain. I don't remember what you do. Oh, you run far enough away. Got it.
And now the final curtain!
Now you have to kill all these.
Away with you!
That's true as well. It could definitely be that.
I shall show you something special.
This shall be a mercy. You disgust me.
How shall you fare against this, I wonder?
Sickness must be purged. Be gone with you!
Bear witness!
Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged. Be gone with you!
Joy! True. Now, I may have disabled the visibility of certain aspects of the stream. Temporarily. Impossible! Don't worry about it.
Our power! How can this be?
Fall back!
Do you think it took the Archbishop this entire time to get here because he was walking at that pace the entire time? Yay! Emmerich saved.
Father, please!
The Archbishop always RP walks. Yup. Absolutely.
For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years?
Yes.
A fool to the last.
Look out!
Go. Azizla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
For the record, yes, I was just crying. I expected this. I knew this would happen. I am crying. I muted the mic and various aspects of everything, so that scene could get the full focus it deserved. I wasn't ready for what sad Sucro would look like either. That's true. It doesn't get easier even if you know it's coming. Turn that back on. What's this? Oh, that's the Corn Manments. That's still there? Okay. No, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That. And, of course... Well... What can I say? Sucro went to the vault. As it says here. But, well... I'll be right back. I got a cookie. I deserve it. Sucro also deserves a cookie. Someone is dancing nearby. Well, suppose there's naught to do but continue, right? I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Forton Manor. The others, please enter, Mistress Funk.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
I forgot about that part, too. Ooh. No crying until the end. Or whatever. Just kidding. Crying always. I'm sorry. I can't. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Archifont took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits, so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Emmerich, Sucro. I worry for his well-being. Nod. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, yes, of course. Curse those bloody whoresons and piss on their swiving round table. Agreed. Sir Emmerich.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
True.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Knew that part too, did you?
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too-fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
and they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire.
Ominous.
If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Nice of the flashback to include some camera work panning up to the statue of Helone, etc.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
Nod. Explain.
So
Nod.
this is the power of the echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
Shake
A
head.
friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
Mm-hmm.
7 hells!
Yup.
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
It's a good reveal. Nod. Nod. But before we do that, there's a bunch of other stuff that's going to happen, probably, because there's 3 levels to go in terms of getting to the level cap. Because that was a level 57 dungeon, I think. Mistress Funk, Master Alphino, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetrated. Perpetuated. No more. Oh, you can say stuff. If you want. You don't need to be quiet. These are all good answers. Well, I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must. Life or death, I will have Sir Zephyrin's heart for what he did to Arshifon. Or ... I'll pursue him to the end of the world if I must. I thank you, Sucro. I've heard many men make such pledges, but you speak in earnest. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Sucro and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there's been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in the search for the Archbishop. Sucro, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Nod. Very well. With me, Sucro. I believe we have much to discuss. Nod. I'm not sure which of those three lines was the most Sucro, and I was really curious what happens when you say ... in situations like that. Probably just a nod. Say you want a revolution. I do say that sometimes. Where could they be headed, and what does Aziz La have to do with it? In search of the Soleil. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance that the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Lenite informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. And the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Helenard has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Sucro. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Sky Steel Manufactory, one of those. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Who else but Master Garland to be willing to deliver us into Vanu territory? I say we go and ask him first. My ventures are complete. What funny presents will Ablethwaza and company bring me now, in this time of need? I'm actually going to the quest objective instead of what I just wanted to do. Hang on. Gotta keep the retainers doing crimes. Because it's funny. Fair enough. Various equipment. I had also forgotten how they segue into this part of the plot. So I'm glad to learn that it makes sense, I guess. It's going to be really interesting when I get to the parts of the game that I have not played before eventually. Because then I can stop saying, I didn't remember how this happened, and I can start saying, I didn't expect that to happen. Or something like that. Hello again, Sid. Ah, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? Tragedy? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. And so Sucro explained. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Aziz Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Sucro, the Asians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. Yeah, it's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Into the blue. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Righto. Will do, I suppose. Good to see you again, Sucro. It'll be a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. I, heard about your man Archivant. Sorry for your loss, Sucro. Thank you, Biggs. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. Indeed. That is, as soon as a certain... There he is. Pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing Scions, but she assures me that Onianger and Riol are pursuing promising leads. Nod. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. Nods. Various joy and thumbs up type of emotes, etc. Laconeb. Hello there, madame. That was a weird way to say that. Madame? So you know I'll be available to ferry you back and forth once the Chief charts a course. Deputy President's orders and all that. Garland Ironworks character that is like extremely minor character that never used again. Laconeb. Shoutouts to Laconeb. She looks kind of tired. Just waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Sucro. Shall we get going? I suppose we shall. Hey, we made it to the Sea of Clouds, no problem. At least the loading screen would have us believe that.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Well, that seems promising. I love being oblivious to a threat. Ether current. I love those. I need it. Oh. The Enterprise is ready to fly at a moment's notice. Just come running if you run afoul of something you can't handle. We'll stay in touch with your Temple Knight friend, don't you worry. We'll keep the Enterprise here for now, but if you need to head back to Ishgard, you can use that standard to signal for an Ironworks airship. Don't worry, we charted a route safe enough for others to fly, unless that Primal shows up. But what are the odds of that, eh? Right, we did see that Primal. From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Sucro. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Familiar faces. Assuming the Soleil is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. Yeah, allergies to these flowers would be pretty bad, probably. They look like pumpkins to me. Pumpkin flowers. Anyway, welcome back to the Sea of Clouds. We have not been here in quite some time. Both in terms of real time and game storyline time. What would this be? Oh, it says stand lookout at the edge. Gods, look at them. So many idols, so many places to hide. No, we must not lose hope. He is out there, Sucro, and we will find him. Well, whatever that one is up in the distance seems pretty important. So there's that. Anything else really important looking that we can see from here? Whatever that is seems important. I'm looking. You search the skies for the Soleil, but see nothing resembling the missing airship. Well, further north then. Glowy. Normal. Commence battle? Yeah, I guess. We can commence battle, if we must. Sucro's looking. Looking for stuff. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Is that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Nod. Run. What's going on here? Over there! Imperial troops? God damn it, the Empire. Ishgardians, seize them! They'll know where the Archbishop is! The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Sucro, protect the Vanu. It is time for the Eagle Penguins again, I suppose. It's time for the Empire. Remember, Lord Von Hydrus wants them alive! Lord Von Hydrus? Regular Von Hydrus? I completely forgot about Von Hydrus, to be honest.
Thaliak, protect me!
What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the... 6th... Wait, no. Wait, yes. 6th, subdue these savages. There's no end to them. Took me a second to remember Roman numerals. So the 6th Legion, led by Regula Von Hydrus, eh? Familiar faces, it says, but this is a new group of the Imperials. New to Sucro, anyway. Why were they chasing a Vanu? No weapons to fight the Netherlings, no desire to die! Well, some of them are still beating up the Vanu. Stop that. Stop that. The compass does not detect any nearby ether currents. Why did I press that by accident? What? I should put that in a more out-of-the-way location. Maybe. Battle completed. So we live to fight another day. Netherlings saved Lonuvanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lonuvanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to the cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them, shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Lonuvanu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcome you. To village we go, to north, come, come. So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop and believed the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lonuvanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. And so we shall. Oh. I suppose I might as well expedite the process. Maybe not best to approach them in that particular mount. Sheep will work. Still seems somewhat uncomfortable to ride around on this sheep, but it's probably fine. It's very silly, if nothing else. I want to believe Lonuvanu is sincere in his intentions. Nevertheless, keep your eyes open, Sucro. Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come and lay down your burdens, netherlings. Lonuvanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, Oxundu. Well, there's an aetheryte. That's a good sign. Far warmer welcome than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound and fury like aimless gale. Eh? What unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? Report? There you are! Did you see it? It's that damned flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The white? Well, there it is. I think we found it. He's wounded. Goodbye, island. By the 12, did the beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable wight, oh devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Ah, Lonuvanu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, netherlings, come and break words with Chief of Zundu. Thanks, Bismarck. If Netherling is ever in need of succor, I drive away beasts with blows furious as summer squall. Hell yeah. Love the Vanu. Netherling comes at perfect time. Watches young Vanu dance thunderously as soaring Sanua. Oxundu culture is rich as soil after summer rains. Is there more Netherling would know? Sure. Gonavanu is dance master of Oxundu. Ensures all no tribe's vibrant dance. Just as falling sediment piles up into Great Mountain, mastery of dance requires practice over many moons. Vanu must move arms with grace of leaf which fluttered in gentle breeze, and pound feet with ferocity of rolling thunder. Look upon them, Netherling, and know prowess of Oxundu. Gonavanu feels Netherling's urge to dance rise like welling rain cloud. Very well, Netherling may dance the dance of her people. Just forgive Vanu younglings if they burst into gales of laughter. This is Oxundu, means village of Zundu tribe in Vanu tongue. Gonavanu knows not Netherling's tribe's name, but village is surely glorious. Tribe of Zundu prefer to be relaxed like still clouds of summer day, unlike Vundu tribe who thrive in storm of chaos and violence. Does Netherling speak with Sonuvanu? Like cloud abundant with cleansing rain, Sonuvanu's knowledge washes away any questions you have about Zundu tribe. Thank you. I'm gonna attune to this. I have attuned. And that means I can now go over here. Whoop. Might as well do this while I'm here, right? Time to deliver something. Very quickly. It's been some time since we've been here as well. Might as well visit as a point of comparison. Delivering a battle standard. This Lady Lanaya is fairly out of the way, actually, but that's fine. Someone had a unicorn, I think. Oh, I never got the unicorn. I am a level 30 white mage, or higher than that, so I can go get the unicorn at some point. I don't think I have. Doesn't appear to be the case. Remember when we first got here and I was a Dark Knight, I think, probably? Remember when I thought I was going to be a tank main suddenly? If I'd continued playing the game frequently, one, I would have been in, like, Shadowbringers by this point, and two, maybe that would have remained the case, but... I've gone back to DPS. For now, at least. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. We are learning lore a little bit. Lore that's possibly not readable on the screen, but I'm not reading it out loud for whatever reason. I just wanted that. I think in the future, I may be more likely to read side quests out loud. I know that at the very least in Shadowbringers, a lot of the side quests are really, like, good. Not to say that these are bad, but the Shadowbringers, there are some that stand out. So it might be worth covering those as normal. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. I will. Thank you. Netherlings deliver Lonu Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sonu, chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Sonu. I'm Alfinad Leveilleur, and these are my companions Sucro Funk and Sid Garland. We are come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea. Ah, like the black steel-shod contraption from which you say Lonu Vanu. Alas, no, that ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we're looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lonu Vanu, hear tell of these Netherlings. You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lonu Vanu. Aye, winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Aziz La. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sonu, what exactly is this Aziz La? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the White Devourer's Isle where key is kept, deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy. And beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lonu Vanu, for as stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Sonu, madness of Vundu bodes ill for all Vanu. So that's why we have to fight the whale. I forgot about that part. Chief Sonu is the leader of the Zundu, strong and wise. An otherling shows proper respect, and he will treat you with the gentleness of an autumn breeze. Could we not just leave the key to the Forbidden Land in the island-eating whale's belly? I mean, I can think of worse places to keep it. No, I thought not. With every dawn, fewer and fewer remain, so great is the white's hunger. Yeah, we should probably do something about that. As saplings bask in the warmth of the sun, so too may netherlings partake of our hospitality. Alphino has that familiar look in his eye, which can only mean one thing. Time to punch a primal in the face. So as this law is home to forbidden secrets accessible only to the bearer of a key which the Archbishop covets, much as I would like to believe it's safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings anon. That makes sense. If netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Kunu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect. As sun yields to moon and moon to sun, netherlings must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. I will do so. It's always important to be respectful. What do you think, Alphino? Then the quantity of crystals needed to sustain Bismarck would exceed that consumed by Leviathan. Alphino's doing calculations, watch out! There's Kunu Valley. Hello. I bow. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow, traveler from below. Kunu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the White is one among many. Newborn, he swims beside his many brothers in seas of endless water. But hated the White is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is reborn. The White still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence come the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content he gazes below and see others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to the cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. But this demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Kunu Valley knows no tales like this. That is a really cool story, I agree. Even that sort of thing gets me emotional these days, it seems. Personally, I've seen enough of that flying feathered whale already. Well, I'm sure we'll take care of that problem. I learned about the whale. So according to the Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes, Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? Thank you, Sid. Good job, Sid. Thank you. But what of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Shake head. Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Not right now, but maybe later. Sky fishing? My gods, that's it, Alphino, my boy, I could kiss you. Head tilt. From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. Nod. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide, then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Sucro fail to subdue the creature, she would almost certainly be eaten along with the rest of your appetizing island. Nod. Sucro will kill. No, she won't fail, and if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip, while you two need to find me some bait. And not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. Nod. This is a cool plan. It's also kind of absurd, which makes it cooler. The boys and I can handle most of the preparations, but we'll need you to secure us a suitable island. Let me know when it's done. Bolt, chain, and island. Alphino loves it when a plan comes together. Well, you heard Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak to Chief Sonu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they've given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. Good old Alphino never forgets to do some diplomacy. Also, I will pick up these various side quests while I am here, as they will be important. I think this is actually a quest to start the Vanu quest chain, tribe stuff, actually. Given that it had a picture. That'll be for later. Ah, what's the weather doing? Umbral wind, that's probably fine. Ah, I'm accidentally... Okay. There it is. Anyway. I guess I might as well continue asking around for the side quest while I'm here. But anyway. We can but ask. The Tramontane is upon us. The Waite feasts and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sonu. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating isles and made gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sonu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sonu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Tremontaine can turn to the Ponente. Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Come, Sucro, let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. May soft rains come to cleanse us of these sins. Guess we're going this way. Ah, that seems like an appropriate mount. I believe there's a very similar mount to this one that was obtainable in a later promotion. That's like a storm cloud or something, probably. Well, I found that part of that quest, but that's not what I'm working on right now. Sucro, discover a new location. I forget if this weather means anything, other than just being very ominous. Umbral wind. It might have some implications regarding what is gatherable in the area or some such. I don't quite know. Are we really going to go sky fishing for a primal? Yes. My, that took hardly any time at all. The Ironworks engineers do not disappoint. Our Ishgardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition, and I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've chains to spare, every link forged by the manufactory's master craftsmen. If you have any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Sucro, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one little bit. But I can't help being excited all the same. So tell me, Sucro, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Are you ready to hunt the white whale? Yeah. After you then, Sucro. All aboard. The Limitless Blue, now accessible. Well, another trial awaits. And hey, look who it is. Friend of the stream, Aya. Right on time. Whoops, I talked to Sid again. Hello. Sucro hug you. Aw. Sucro receive hug. Oh, I have Duty Roulette main scenario still selected. That won't do. Well, I suppose we'll wait in line. Ah, stately ball dance. Surely I have that one. Yes, indeed I do. Sid and Alphino have no idea what to make of this, I'm sure. They're doing their best to ignore it. Oh yeah. Dragoon's eyeball power that they have. So this might take a while, of course. Understandably. I wish you could challenge people to triple triad at any time. That'd be kind of funny. I suppose you need a dedicated table for that or something. And so we wait. Sucro looks very patient sitting like this. I did it. Actually, computer sound. I can do this. Such is the advantage of Bard. I actually put together a short playlist, so Sucro can effectively perform a concert of some sort. All of these should be legal because they're all Square Enix music. So there's that. I believe I should be able to easily switch back to the proper job. I could have queued as Bard as well. This is Theme of Lute from Final Fantasy IV. Cool dance. Did I say theme of lute? It's melody of lute. I had that emote on my other character. I will need to do many quests, and also Sucro will have to learn crafting, probably. This is Arnie Village from Chrono Cross. Homeworld. Now, none of these minis are perfect, of course. Oh, the WoW emote. I'm gonna need that one eventually. I don't have that. That's a very later in the game sort of emote. I cannot see the queue that we are in during performance mode, which is funny. I had that one. The ritual prayer. Yeah. Oh, there's an ether current right there. Shit. I would say that this rendition of Arnie Village is pretty good too. I think most of the stuff on this playlist is probably fine. Oh no. Just checking out all of the emotes that you have. Gotta do a warm-up exercise to stab a whale. That's how it goes. Squats is the funniest one of that set of emotes, for sure. What's next on the list? FF7 Costa del Sol. This one might be okay. The Manderville seems like an appropriate reaction to this one for some reason. Sucro will eventually do the same dance. Eventually. Final Fantasy V Music Box. Oh, I don't have a fist bump emote. I tried to... Ugh. Oh, it's because I'm accidentally hitting some of the, I accidentally hit some of the octave controls while trying to zoom out. That's why that messed up. It's fine though, don't worry about it. No phones during the concert. I think if I can, I will try and, like, main bard through the rest of the stuff, because I think it'd be interesting to do stuff at the proper level and do job quests as they show up. So I'll have to cover the 50 to 60 bard stuff as well. Theme of Love. Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, that would be part of next stream. Bard is 59 for me right now. And I believe the final Bard quests take place in this zone. The level 61s anyway. I would not be surprised if Theme of Love was present in Endwalker somewhere. Hey, time to swap. Time for fighting! Oh yeah, this music. Now, once again, I must say, pray forgive me, for I do not recall the mechanics, and I did not look at them beforehand. Perhaps there was an opportune moment to do so just now, but I did not. Sure, whale. I wonder if I should attempt to cover stuff like the extreme versions of stuff as well, whenever that pops up. I guess at this point you activate the dragon killers, that makes sense. I think you can jump right off the island, right? Like you can fall off the island, probably. I would not recommend it, of course. Oh, I think I have to be over there, actually. You do have to be on Bismarck's back for this part. Fair enough. So, what in the seven hells was that? On your guard! Detecting a huge increase in... Oh gods, brace yourselves. Cancer sure doesn't do a lot at this level, huh? That could be a good thing or a bad. It's difficult to strike a balance with how much a class should be doing, I guess. That seems fine. Damn it, we've lost the generator. Phase 2. Uh-oh. Hey, this sounds, in a way, now that I'm thinking about it, this sounds like a little bit like Phantasy Star music. Some parts of this remind me of Phantasy Star Online a bit. Probably need to destroy the bubbles, right? It's safe to assume that whenever something is targetable, you need to do so. I made an error. The shield Samba was completely useless as well, probably, but you know, whatever. Oh wow, lots of people are dead right now, I just noticed. I didn't even really follow what happened. That looked really cool. I don't know if that was it. That wasn't enough to take out the Corona, but that was very cool looking. I will say. I did not even follow what it was that killed so many. Oops. Bismarck seizes control of the clouds. Hooray! That wasn't too bad. A bunch of people died mysteriously, but like... all things considered, that fight... not too bad. The extreme version, obviously, likely to be more extreme. Thank you for your help. Shoutouts to Aya or La Zodiac. Buy her book. Magically intuit what it is when you hear me say that, so that you buy it. Key. What? Oh, I forget. Is this like gonna interrupt? Is this gonna like stun me for long enough for them to swoop in and take the key while this is happening? Because that's really funny if so. I think that happens. X. Wind crystal. Appropriately enough.
Warrior light.
Oh.
Beloved
Okay. Weird.
Eidolon. O maid. Darkness. Light to none. No.
Why do you sound like a malfunctioning computer program?
Receiver. Blessing. S'more.
AI Heidelin would like to battle. Ugh. Better get that key quick. Better grab it. And I got it. Oh, that makes sense. A mixture of either. Hello! It's the Nasty Men Brigade.
So falls the Lord of Mists.
And Igorium.
As did all others before
Igorium.
him. How many times does this make, Warrior of Light?
Igorium?
Ah, how much you have grown. Far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
Uh-huh. I'm stab you with
She
circle.
has what we seek.
No, this is a
That
cell phone
she
case.
The key to Azizlan
Uh,
and the secrets of Alag.
it's fine. This is my cool book cover that I made on the island right now for my books. My very thin ones. What? Hey.
I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
Your Asian mask looks like it kind of has a little smiley face on it. It also kind of looks like a Starman from Earthbound standing with like a satellite dish on its head, emitting triangle beams. I don't think you appreciate me telling you this at this time, probably. Iggy. I don't know what that means. Sagittarius?
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck.
You're not welcome. Fuck you. Oh, huh.
Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare.
Is that like a common theme among Asian masks? That they're all constellations? Because I didn't know that information. I wonder if this is information I'm supposed to know? That'd be really funny if the key just kept ascending upwards and then, like, disappeared. Calculating. Calculating. Laser. Go this way to... Well, that's bad, but also we know where to go to beat you up now. Time to RP walk onto the airship. Sucro's so mad.
By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Hey, I think that sounds a lot like what the wrongs of antiquity were, my dude. Just like in an abstract kind of sense. Just saying. Bye. See you later once I stop being engulfed by darkness and then show up to kill you. If only I could quickly use that Dragonator over there. Dragonator's the Monster Hunter thing, but you know, close enough. Dragon Killer. Seems fine. They're basically Dragonators, yeah. Pretty similar. Hello, Azizla. Some kind of hovering landmass, indeed. That would describe it. That would indeed happen to describe what we are witnessing. So what do you think, Sid? In retrospect, we probably should have seen that coming. Still, you fought well, Sucro. Better than that, in fact. Chin up, eh? You know what? Fair enough. I'm just glad we're all still here to tell the tale. I didn't know Alphino had been studying Magitech technology. He was a godsend during the fight, the way he helped me tend to the engines. What do you think, Alphino? Forgive me, Sucro. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. Now we have an ether current in this place. Hey, what's our... How are we... Oh, wait, I need to attune to this one right over here. Oh, hello. What's my ether currents looking like here? Two quests to discover. Well, that'll be for later. Oh, I did acquire Flight in the Sea of Clouds and not take a flying tour around there. Not Sea of Clouds, Churning Mists. I'll worry about that. I don't know, eventually? A difference of opinion. If we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal and prevented the Vanu Vanu lands from being consumed in so doing. The Zundu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go and inform Chief Sonu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides. That seems reasonable. Unable to accept teleport. You have not met certain requirements.
Wait, something is amiss.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once!
Regula Von Hydrus has a helmet that enables them to hear super well or something. Well, time to... diplomacy, I guess. Reggie McHydra. Hello.
And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
Not your friend. I forgot about Regula completely, to be honest.
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken.
Varus is just here? What are you doing here?
Just as Wire observed. The Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
Weil? Is how you say that? Alright, fair enough. Surprise, it's Varus Osgalvus. I will always associate him...
She who bested Van Baelsar.
I will only associate him with gas stations now because of the dream I had. But he's also here.
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well.
I suppose that's technically true.
Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
That is technically true, but also, you suck. Take that.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last.
True.
Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world.
I think that's a narrow view in a different way, sir. Dramatic cape
It is my
flip.
solemn charge as Emperor to bring the Icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
You could have at least talked to the Zundu and realized that they weren't the ones summoning. Maybe. Just saying.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Oh. Good timing, someone.
Where did that come from?
Up.
Take cover!
What? Excuse me? I forgot about that?
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
Why does she have that? Surprise, suddenly.
We shall meet again, warrior of light. On that you have my word.
Cool. Hey, this isn't like... I completely forgot about this gigantic ship that they have also. It reminds me of the lunar whale.
too has designs on Aziz Sla. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Lucia, where did you get that? Also, that reminds me of the lunar whale, but it's probably not. Because you can get the lunar whale as a mount. And it's significantly smaller than that, but also it can carry like 16 people or something. Lucia, where did you get that? Lucia. Lucia, do you know where that's been? Lucia, what are you doing? Ah, the armor? I had it sent here as a precautionary measure. Fair enough, I guess. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varus Zos Galvus in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the centurion spoke. Ah, forgive me, this is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I've yet to apprise Chief Sonu of all that's occurred, but once I have, we will join you at the airship. Lucia, I still want to know where you got that. I guess at least one thing about replaying all this is I keep saying I forgot about that, and I guess in some sense a lot of stuff is new again. I wouldn't describe my poor memory as a blessing in any way, but it's fun to revisit stuff. I keep saying I have a poor memory, but I think it's to be expected that one wouldn't remember everything in something they experienced whenever this released. Years ago by this point, many. We sought fire on the village. Are you alright, Sucro? Bugger me, did you see the size of that Imperial battleship? Sure did. Thank the 12 you're alive, Sucro. When that battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you in Alphino. What in the seven hells happened out there? The Empire. First the Archbishop turns up with an Asian in tow, now the goddamned Emperor pays us a visit? What is this, a procession of notable bastards? That's a great line. Who's next, the Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate? No, that'll be much later, if ever. No one so notable, Master Garland. I'm happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sonu sends his warmest regards, Sucro. There was much talk of westerly winds. Nod. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem that the Zundu were taken entirely unawares and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire, for the present at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, all Zundu would have already been leveled. Plainly, Varus is only interested in reaching Aziz La. Nod. Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well, shall we? Nod. Various nods. Sid. Tiny Sid obtained. Well, what are we waiting for? I've done it, Sucro. I've worked out which way they're headed. Whenever you're ready, we'll set course for Aziz La. She's all patched up, Sucro. And what will we find at the end of the road? Aziz La, probably. Just if I had to take a guess, I would say that's probably likely. Yay, it fits on the airship. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Aziz La lies in that direction, we'll find it. Nod. The Soleil may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see. We sure will.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances.
This isn't when we first learned she's Garlean, right? Or is it? I guess it is. Because Sucro's
My full
surprised.
name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
I forgot we didn't know this already. Surprise.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Yeah, Livia. That's
Livia?
right.
Livia Sasjunius, the tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar.
And that's why she has the
Aye,
White
she
Raven
was my sister.
specifically.
They spent
Right,
little time together.
right.
After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths.
Very separate.
Livia
I would
felt
say.
at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. 'Tis your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Hell yeah.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Aziz's Law should be.
Rare Biggs and Wedge voice acting, again.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it!
Certainly seems like it.
Chief, is that... Allagan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Ugh.
What was that?
It's fine, is what it is.
Some sort of barrier.
There's always a barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
That's a good question. I'm surprised we are still in good enough shape to do this. Why do the Allagans have to make everything so bloody complicated is a mood? I guess so. I guess that's a mood of a sort. I really thought we'd get to Aziz's Law already, but no, of course not. I wonder, does she have a name? Yes, that's the White Raven. I'm pretty sure. God, it's just thinking about all the repairs we'll have to make is giving me a bleeding headache. What could be out there that would warrant the personal attention of the Emperor himself? Oh, you know. I know. But we don't know that yet, I guess. Sid's piloting under pressure was a marvel to behold, and may I never have the opportunity to do so again. Fair. Ah, and we've barely finished repairing the damage incurred from our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. And the Empire? I guess with the ship as large as theirs, they probably just like bumped into the barrier and it just went like bonk, and then they like backed up a foot and they were like, oh. And then they shot it until it fell over, probably. I don't know. Seems like an Empire thing. For every day I spend in the sky, it feels as though I spend a week on the ground. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think he's not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Aziz La. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convened at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. Righto. I suppose that's what we'll do. Although the stream has been going for nearly 4 hours, it might be a good time to call it. Unless I'm immediately before an ether current again. No, I'm not. Okay. Not quite yet. You know, why don't we let Sucro take an actual real nap by going in the wrong direction. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Sad things happened, whales happened. Oh, Tataru. Oh, it's you, Sucro. I appreciate you coming by, but shouldn't you be at the congregation? That's where the others are gathering, no? So are you going to explain your outfit? No? Okay, fair enough. Sucro take actual nap. Is the Retainer Squad back yet? Yes. What do you got for me, Retainer Squad? Heirloom Shoes of Healing. Teseos Gloves of Scouting. However you say that. Road Skyhunter's Boots. And 475 gil. And Filibuster's Choker of Aiming. That'll be helpful for my bard in the level. But yeah, it's actually been a really long time since we've seen this in-room specifically. But yeah, I think this will be the stream for now. Thank you everyone for watching. Hey, that's not right. Hold on. No, we're in Heavensward. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. What if I were to try a raid? I need to look up how to do that. I will send us over to my friend Karma. Farewell, everyone.